Okay, welcome back to a group policy lesson. Group policy is where we can remove things like the control panel and lots of other settings from users. I've made a few changes to my virtual machines. I've shut both machines down and I've changed 2.5 gig, 2500 megabytes of RAM, 2.5 gig for the server and 2000 for the Windows 10 machine. They seem to be running a lot better now. So to access group policy, we need to go to Tools and Active Directory. We need to go to Tools and we need to go to Group Policy Management. We open Group Policy Management up, and the first time you open it, it probably looks something like this. Open the forest, open the domain, and then open up the local, and you'll see we've got our finance staff and our IT students. There's nothing in here at the moment, so I right click and I do create a group policy. I'll call it IT student GPO. It's always good, like we've been naming them group policy. We would call it GPO when we've been doing it groups. We've been calling it IT student group. It just makes it easier when we do a search, because as the server gets more busy and there's more OUs and more groups, things become complicated. So IT student GPO. I click OK, and it's made one, but it's nothing. Doesn't do anything yet. So I right click and I do edit, and we don't want to do anything with computer configuration, so I'll close that. Everything we're going to do is under user configuration and under policies, and in this particular instance administrative templates. So user, policies, administrative templates. And if I click control panel as just a quick example, and you can see it says I've got lots of options that I can change, but I can either hide specific items, and then it'll show me, it'll build a list of features I want to disable, but I'll cancel that. I want to prohibit access to the control panel, so I'll prohibit access, so that basically stops it. So it removes it from the start screen, from the startup, so search settings. So if I click enable and click apply and OK, I've enabled that now. So I've set a group policy up for that. So if I close this down, I've enabled that in group policy. To test that, what I've done is I've applied a group policy to the IT students. I haven't applied it to the finance, just to the IT students. So if I go to my Windows server, Control Alt insert, I'll go to another user and I'll go to nest /Joe, who's in the IT users group. And I'll log on. And if I try to go to the control panel, I'll have to give it a few seconds to stabilize. And you can see it's busy still logging on. If I type in control panel, it says this operation has been cancelled due to restrictions in effect on this computer. If I log off, Control Alt insert sign out, and if I log in as another user who was in the finance OU, I should have the control panel back. As you can see, I can get to the control panel. So what I did was, just to sort of repeat the whole thing to you, is we went into in Active Directory, users and computers, we've got finance staff and we've got IT students. Joe's in there, Leah's in there. So if I go to tools and I go to group policy, I opened up all of these. If I go to IT students, you see I've got an IT student GPO there, and if I open it, I can look at what's been done to it. But if I click there, and I right click and I do edit, and then I go to user configuration, policies, in Windows, administrative settings, I can remove various things. If I do another one just for practice, if I go to the finance staff now, right click finance staff, create a GPO, and I'll call it finance GPO, and right click that and do edit, and again user configuration, policies, administrative templates. What I like to do is go to all settings, and then I can find things in here like I know from it's prohibit the run command, I think it is. So I'll just find the prohibit the run command. Okay, so after a little bit of going up and down, it's not prohibit, it's prevent. So prevent access to the command prompt. So double click that, and if I click enabled, things have slowed down for a second. Okay, I had a bit of a glitch when every time I was trying to click enabled it wouldn't go. I just had to log off and log back on, and suspect that's probably a VMware memory type setting. So if I click apply and OK, so if I just give us a quick reminder what I did, I went to edit, I went to policies, administrative templates, all settings, then I went to prevent and prevent access to the command prompt, and I enabled it there. I had to log off and log back on for it to happen, and I deleted my group policy and tried again and called it GPO1. Another good thing that you can do is if you do get stuck, I did a search, disable command prompt in group policy, and it'll tell you where to go. So it says administrative templates system and prevent access to the command prompt. So the way I like to do it is to do it the shorter way, which is if I click edit, policies, administrative templates, and all settings, and I use the fact it said prevent access, that I looked for it like that. But the other way they said is it's administrative templates and system, and then I would guess it's administrative template system, so it's in here somewhere. Prevent access to the run command is there. So two ways to get there. But anyway, so I've done that on I've put that on the finance system. So if I now log in as Leah, this time I shouldn't get a command prompt. So So I can get the control panel as we've already proven, but if I type in command prompt, it's giving it to me. So it should now that could be a time issue. So if I do Control Alt Insert and sign out, sometimes you have to log off, log back in, or even reboot the machine for these things to work. I'll try one more time. Group policy updates itself 15 minutes normally. So I'll try one more time, and after logging on or logging back in, the command prompt has been disabled by your administrator. Press any key. It might have said that first time, I didn't notice it. So as you can see, we've basically done different policies for different users, and if I log in as Joe, and this time he'll be able to get the command prompt but not the control panel. And he can use it. So he can use the command prompt, whereas the people in the finance department can't. So that's group policy. There's thousands of settings there to choose from. We've just done control panel and command prompt. For the assignments and for the exercises, I'll be setting a lot more. So what you need to do is just Google it, disable command prompt in group policy, sometimes put in the server number there as well, and it does make it a lot easier in finding out where to find them. So that is using group policy to secure users and PCs down a little bit further. Thanks.